Rough start for the Pittsburgh Steelers, losing to the San Francisco 49ers in the first game at home, 30-7. The offense, man, the offense never really got going. I mean, just three and outs, early interception, due to Deontay Johnson slipping on his route. And just nothing. The timing was off. Kenny Pickett never established any rhythm with none of the receivers early, and got nothing going. Before the half, was able to score, backed up deep, and was able to go downfield and score right before the half. So, have some momentum, going into the half. And you're thinking, hey, man, we can do some things. You get that going on. And we'll see. Come out in halftime, and we'll see. And halftime, nothing. The running game didn't get going at all. Najee Harris, 31 yards, a little over 30 yards. Jaylen Warren, basically nothing. So nothing for the running game that's going to make it, any easier for the passing game. And it was nothing there for the passing game. They stopped going to the run and just started leaning pass heavy. At that point in time, the game was getting a little out of reach. The time, the 49ers was taking the time of possession. So, the possessions were getting slim, and you had to get some chunk plays, which were not there for the offense. For the Steelers, didn't work the middle of the field. Not at all. Basic maybe threw a pass to Pat Freiermuth through to the middle for almost a touchdown, where he got that big hit on him, but he was able to return to score the only touchdown, on a good throw. Kenny Pickett, like I said, was just off. There were some plays, he had Deontay Johnson before the Pat Freiermuth touchdown. He was a little off on that one. But the Pat Freiermuth touchdown, he was on. So he was more off than on in this game, which I believe, he will bounce back. Just one game for anybody thinking that this is Kenny Pickett. He didn't progress. He didn't do nothing. It's just one game against a great defense. Nick Bosa really didn't do too much. They kept him in check. But Warner, he was all over the place. He tipped one of the balls, that was intercepted. So he made some tackles, some plays. So, that defense, was very good. And the Steelers offense just couldn't do anything. Losing Deontay Johnson late in the game didn't help. But at that point in the game, when he went out, the game, was pretty much said and done for. There was some time left, but and moving forward, the play calls have to be more aggressive. I wouldn't put this game on Canada, but I would just say the play calls just have to be more aggressive. You have to start faster. You have to start a lot faster. You got to put some more points on the board until they figure out what's going on with this defense, man. And then we'll move on to the defensive side. The only good part about the defense in this game was TJ Watt. 3 sacks, 2 strip sacks. He recovered one. Brock Purdy made a hell of a recovery, pinning it against his back on the first one. But TJ Watt came to play. I mean, 3 sacks is you can't ask for nothing more, out of one guy. He came, he did his part, and that was basically the good part of the defense, man. Couldn't stop the run. Could not stop the run, man. Christian McCaffrey was just running all up and down the field. He had over 150 yards, on the ground. That run that he made right after halftime when they got the ball, the Pittsburgh Steelers, had the momentum going into the half, scoring that touchdown right before the half. You come out, you think you make a defensive stop, get the ball back, and you continue on those things that you were doing moving forward. And then Christian McCaffrey just spoiled that with that run. And you can see ex-Steeler, man, Ray McCloud, he was a part of that. He blocked, he blocked all the way downfield for that. The receivers helped that run out, but after that run, they put the momentum back into the 49ers' favor, man, and the defense just couldn't get a stop, couldn't get off the field. I know that the offense didn't help the defense out none at all. With all the 3-and-outs, they were basically on the field the whole game, so I know they were tired, but somebody has to do something. Like I said, TJ Watt was trying to give a spark. If they could have recovered the first one, that would have been nice, taking some points off the board there. But that didn't go their way. And then the back end, that secondary, man, is Ayuk, he was open early and often, man. 2 touchdowns. He was the difference maker in the receiving. Deebo Samuel really didn't do too much. George Kittle, really didn't do too much. Ayuk and McCaffrey really did the bulk of the damage for the San Francisco 49ers. And Levi Wallace, I believe that was his assignment. You're seeing Levi on a lot of those coverages, man. And you might want to, put Joey Porter Jr. in there a little earlier than expected, man. If that's going to continue, because if you figure he could have probably did better than that. I believe he could have did better, than what Levi Wallace provided on Ayuk. I think Joey Porter Jr. definitely could have did a better job than that, man. So you may be seeing Joey Porter Jr. a lot faster than expected, on the starting thing, not in a rotation. I know he's going to be in their rotation and all that, but I'm talking about starting, getting it majority of the snaps. I think it's about time. I know it's one game, but you can't have that happen. You got to tighten it up fast, because it's only going to get harder. And teams, once, it's a copycat league, and once teams see that, and everybody's gonna. So I know Desmond King is gonna be in there the next game. I'm pretty sure of that. On that nickel position. Patrick Peterson, he had a decent game. I know he got beat for the touchdown, the 1 touchdown, but he made some plays, so he wasn't too bad. But that defense, man, Minka Fitzpatrick was pretty quiet. He got into a little scuffle at the end of the game with one of the players for the 49ers. I don't know what that was about. But, the defense, it didn't look good at all. No stops, especially the way McCaffrey running, man. I mean, that's not how the Steelers defense, is constructed, man, especially just running and running and running. So have to tighten that up. I know Cam Hayward not being out there was a problem. That had something to do with it. Larry Ogunjobi was in and out of the lineup. DeMarvin Leal had a little injury as well. So guys were a little banged up. And when you're facing McCaffrey, you need all the guys up front, and you got George Kittle. He's blocking too. So he's like an extra lineman in times like that. So it's going to be important for both sides of the ball to tighten up moving forward. Got Cleveland Browns coming up, a division game. So, you want to get an early start on the division, and then you don't want to start the season 0-2. It's a tough AFC. I know the Kansas City Chiefs lost and the Bengals lost and the Steelers lost, so you didn't gain any ground on that perspective. So Baltimore Ravens won, and the Cleveland Browns won. So the Steelers and the Bengals, 2 losers in the AFC North starting. So this next game with the Cleveland Browns, you wanna be able to take that and be one up in the division column. So like I said, both sides, man, it's gonna be important for that offense, Kenny Pickett and the guys, man, to get clicking early and often versus the Browns. You know, call some play calls, go deep early, you know, score some points early, you know, just in case that defense, you know, till you figure the things out. Was that just one game, or do you really have to figure some things out? So you're going to have to score points fast and often. I think Mike Tomlin had that idea. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers chose to get the ball first. You know, he had that idea, you know, we want to get the ball, let's score early, you know, just in case. If that would have worked, you know, that would have needed to happen for the game to be. Maybe if that would have happened, you know, the Steelers come down, you score first, different outcome, but that didn't happen. And you get the outcome, you get the 30-7 outcome, which I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers are better than that. They're a better team than that. First game, high expectations, man, especially coming from the preseason. And, you know, a little disappointment, but it's a long season, and I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenny Pickett, will bounce back. I believe they will figure it out on defense, man. Got faith in the Steelers moving forward, and we'll just have to see, man. So Pittsburgh Steelers losing their first game to the San Francisco 49ers, 30-7, but you know, more games to be played, long season. Cleveland Browns next week, and we'll see what happens moving forward. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.